Today my topic is hepatitis viruses C, D and E. So what is the morphology? Family Flaviviridae, genus Hepacivirus. They are spherical 60 nanometer in size, enveloped viruses. Nucleic acid, it contains positive sense RNA. So HCV possesses proteins, 4 structural proteins, the nucleocapsid core protein C, 2 enveloped glycoproteins E1 and E2, and a membrane protein P7. And there are 6 non-structural proteins, NS2, NS3, NS4A and B, and NS5A and B. Genetic diversity of HCV, that is similar to HIV, hepatitis C virus displays diversity in RNA genome that occurs because of high rates of mutations seen in the virus, which in turn is due to the high replicative activity and the lack of proofreading activity of the RNA polymerase. Genotypes. HCV is divided into 6 major genotypes or clades, which differ from each other by 31 to 33% their RNA sequences. Coming to the subtypes, genotypes are further divided into more than 100 subtypes, which differ from each other by 20 to 25% in their RNA nucleotide sequencing. E2 envelope protein is the most variable region of the entire HCV, which is followed by non-structural proteins, and that is more prone to undergo mutations. Unfortunately, E2 protein happens to be the target or against which most of the neutralizing protective antibodies are produced. So diversity in the gene coding E2 protein enables the emergent mutant virus strains to escape from the host humoral immunity. So that is why it establishment of chronic infection and failure of development of effective vaccine. HCV genotypes vary in their epidemiological distributions. So genotype 1 and 2 is seen in Western countries, genotype 3 in South and East Asia, with subtype 3A common among IV drug users from the Europe. Genotype 4, North Africa and Middle East. Genotype 5 is South Africa, and genotype 6 is Asia. In India, genotype 1 and 3 are more prevalent. Coming to the transmission, various modes of transmissions are there. Parenteral transmission, HCV is most commonly transmitted through exposure to infectious blood. Recipients of contaminated blood transfusion, blood products or organ transplantations. Contaminated needles and sharp pricks, and injection drug users. Vertical transmission from infected mother to fetus may occur but at a much lower rate. Sexual transmission is rare. HCV does not spread through breast milk, food or casual contacts including hugging or kissing. Coming to the clinical manifestations, incubation period is 15 to 160 days, average is 50 days. Following an infection with HCV, about 20% of the people develop acute hepatitis, characterized by symptoms similar to that of other hepatitis virus described earlier. About 75 to 80% directly develop chronic disease, out of which 60 to 70% develop chronic hepatitis. 5 to 20% develop cirrhosis, and 1 to 5% develop hepatocellular carcinoma. Extrahepatic manifestation due to deposition of circulating immune complexes in various extrahepatic sites. Various manifestation can set in such as mixed cryoglobulinemia, glomerulonephritis, and arthritis and joint pain. Epidemiology. Hepatitis C virus infection occurs worldwide. Every year 3 to 4 million people are infected with HCV with more than 3.5 lakh deaths. Population prevalence rate. About 3% of the world population has been infected with HCV. Worldwide more than 170 million chronic carriers are there. Higher prevalence rates have been documented from Africa, followed by South America and Asia. In India, the prevalence of HCV is about 1%. Coming to the laboratory diagnosis, HCV antibody detection assay by ELISA. ELISA is the most common platform used, followed by rapid test and chemiluminescent formats. First and second generation ELISA used previously. So these assays were using limited HCV antigens, which is core, NS3 and NS4. for detection of antibodies. These assays are now obsolete as they are less sensitive and used to become positive only after 10 weeks of infection. Third generation ELISA, standard method for HCV serology. It employs antigens from NS5 region in addition to core, NS3 and NS4 region. What are the advantages and the disadvantages? Coming to the advantages, increased sensitivity and specificity more than 99%, not influenced by HCV genotype and becomes positive in 5 weeks of infection. What are the disadvantages? This assay detects IgG antibodies to HCV, hence they do not discriminate between active or past infection, for which HCV RNA test is required. False positive results seen in with autoimmune diseases, mononucleosis and pregnancy, and false negative results seen with immunosuppression such as HIV infection, transplant recipient, etc. Then come to recombinant immunoblot antibody assay, used in past as a supplementary test to confirm the ELISA, not in use currently. Works based on the principle of Western blot, detects antibody against core, E2 hypervariable region and NS3, NS4A, NS4B and NS5A regions. Then coming to the HCV core antigen assay, automated quantitative HCV antigen test detecting core antigens has been available recently. This test is less expensive and less time consuming than HCV RNA PCR. Advantages: antigen detection assay can be used as an alternative to HCV RNA testing for diagnosis of active or current infection and monitoring response to treatment. Disadvantage: they are less sensitive than RT-PCR, hence not recommended for blood screening purpose. An ELISA format has recently been available that detects simultaneously antigen and antibody. Coming to the molecular methods, real-time reverse transcriptase PCR detecting HCV RNA has been the gold standard method for confirmation of active HCV infection, quantification of HCV RNA for monitoring the response to treatment, and for determining HCV genotype and subtype. Coming to the diagnosis of acute HCV infection, most cases of HCV infections remain asymptomatic in early stage and are directly presented with chronic infection, is that after 6 months. Acute HCV infection occurs very rarely. Both IgM and IgG antibodies appears during acute stage. IgM may persist during chronic stage for variable time, whereas IgG persists for longer duration, both in chronic stage and during recovery. Most assay available detect IgE antibody. There is no IgM based assay available currently. The acute infection can be diagnosed by anti-HCV IgG seroconversion, HCV RNA positivity, IgG avidity assay. Low avidity indicates acute infection, strong avidity may indicate chronic or past infection. Most cases remain asymptomatic in early stage and are directly presented with chronic infection, is that after 6 months. An acute HCV infection occurs very rarely. Both IgM and IgG antibodies appears during the acute stage. IgM may persist during chronic stage for variable time, and IgG persists for long duration both in chronic stage and during recovery. Algorithm for HCV diagnosis. So HCV antibody non-reactive. Interpretation is no HCV antibody detected. So what could be the further action to be taken? Reported as non-reactive, no further action required. If history of recent exposure within 6 months, then do follow-up testing for HCV antibody and test for HCV RNA. HCV antibody, if it is reactive, then presumptive HCV infection. A repeatedly reactive result indicates either a current HCV infection, past HCV infection that has resolved, or biological false positivity for HCV antibody. HCV RNA PCR should be done to identify the current infection. HCV antibody reactive and HCV RNA detected, so current HCV infection. Provide appropriate counseling to the patient and refer to HCV clinic. Repeat HCV RNA PCR should be done before initiating the treatment. HCV antibody reactive and HCV RNA not detected. So no current HCV infection is there. No further action required in most cases. If clinically suspected or history of exposure within 6 months, then follow up with HCV RNA testing and appropriate counseling. What are the treatment modalities for the hepatitis C infection? The goal of treatment in HCV infection is to prevent development of complications such as cirrhosis and liver cancer, to achieve sustainable viral response, which defined as undetectable HCV RNA in blood, which is less than or equal to 15 international unit per ml at the end of the treatment. Second is interferon alpha plus ribavirin. Earlier, interferon alpha plus ribavirin was used for the treatment of HCV infection. This was associated with intolerable adverse effects with a moderate degree of viral clearance. Then comes direct acting antiviral agent. After the discovery of direct acting antiviral agents, the treatment of HCV infection has been revolutionized. Direct acting antiviral agents are now the treatment of choice for HCV infection, as they can produce SVR rate up to 90% with the minimal side effects. Now 3 classes of directly acting agents are available: NS3 or 4A proteases inhibitors, NS5B polymerases inhibitors, and NS5A inhibitors. So for the NS3 or 4A proteases, those with the suffix of previr, these are the drugs like grazoprevir. NS5B inhibitors with the polymerases that end with suffix bivir, desabivir. NS5A inhibitors ends with suffix svir. The other classes are the interferons and the nucleoside inhibitors, which is ribavirin. Now combination therapy, the treatment regime for the HCV includes combination of different directly acting drugs with or without interferon gamma and ribavirin. Genotype specific, the drug to be included in the regime depends upon the genotype detected, and duration either 12 to 24 weeks depending upon the HCV genotype and associated liver cirrhosis. Predictor of the treatment response. In the genotype, HCV genotype 1 and 4 are associated with poor prognosis than the other genotypes. Stage of the disease and associated co-infections such as HIV and HBV associated with poor prognosis. Adherence is poor compliance to treatment is associated with poor prognosis. Viral RNA load. Higher the viral load, worse is the prognosis. Interleukin 28B is a strong inducer of interferon alpha. People possessing a subtype of interleukin 28B produce a stronger immune response to HCV infection. Hence, there is a better outcome. Race, Caucasians and African Americans lack CCD genotype, so poor treatment response than Asians. In others, metabolic disorders such as insulin resistant, obesity, metabolic syndrome. Then comes lack of vitamin D, supplements, older age, alcohol consumption, or reduces the chance of responding to HCV therapy. In prevention, no effective vaccine available for HCV. General prophylactic measures are essential. Coming to hepatitis D. Hepatitis D is a defective virus, cannot replicate by itself. So it depends upon hepatitis B for its survival. Morphology. Hepatitis D is taxonomically unclassified, though resembles to viroids. It is small in size and consisting of circular negative sense RNA. Protein coat made up of single protein called as hepatitis D antigen, surrounded by envelope protein derived from hepatitis B and hence it is called as a defective virus. Coming to the transmission is similar to that of the hepatitis B and hepatitis C virus. Now, what is the association between the hepatitis D virus and B virus? So, co-infection. Co-infection occurs when a person is exposed simultaneously to the serum containing both the viruses. Hepatitis B infection sets in first so that the hepatitis B infection becomes available for hepatitis D virus. Transient and self-limited condition. rarely progress to chronic stage and at a rate similar to that of the hepatitis B virus infection. Vaccination against hepatitis B can prevent against hepatitis D virus infection. In superinfection, it occurs when a chronic carrier of hepatitis B virus is exposed to serum containing the hepatitis D virus. This results in disease to 30 to 50 days later, which may have two phases. One is the acute phase and one is the chronic phase. In acute phase, hepatitis D virus replicates actively with high transaminases level with suppression of hepatitis B virus. While in chronic phase, hepatitis D virus replication decreases, hepatitis B virus replicate increases, transaminase level fluctuates, and the disease progresses to cirrhosis and hepatocellular carcinoma. Mortality rate is much higher, which is more than 20%. Difference between hepatitis D virus and hepatitis B virus co-infection and superinfection. So in definition, if we look at it, hepatitis B and D infection occurs simultaneously, while in superinfection, hepatitis D virus infection occurs to a carrier of hepatitis B virus infection. Patient status in co-infection, it is a healthy, while in superinfection, it is a hepatitis B virus carrier person. Risk development. So fulminant, it is more than hepatitis B virus alone. Chronic, it is rare, but superinfection, it is much greater. Cirrhosis is rare, while it is more in superinfection. And hepatocellular carcinoma is rare, while it is more in superinfection. Mortality is rare, while superinfection is more than 20%. So what are the diagnostic tools we have? For the co-infection, you have HBsAg, anti-HBc IgM, anti-HDV IgM, and HDV RNA. While for the superinfection, you have HBsAg, HBeAg, anti-HBc and anti-HDV. In acute phase, IgM will be there, while in chronic phase, IgG and IgM will be there. And fifth is the HDV RNA. Coming to the epidemiology, globally about 15 million people are infected with hepatitis D virus. Two epidemiological patterns have been identified. In endemic areas such as Mediterranean countries, HDV is endemic among persons with hepatitis B and is transmitted predominantly by non-percutaneous means, especially by close personal contact. While in non-endemic areas like US and Northern Europe, confined to person exposed frequently to blood and blood products, primarily injecting drug users and hemophiliacs who are infected with hepatitis B virus infection. And it is introduced into the non-pandemic population through drug users or by migration of persons from endemic to non-endemic areas. Coming to the prevention, vaccination for hepatitis B can also prevent hepatitis D virus infection. General prophylactic measures are essential for the prevention. Coming to the hepatitis E virus, hepatitis E virus causes an enterically transmitted hepatitis. Morphology in HEV is small, non-enveloped with icosahedral symmetry. Positive sense RNA and a specific antigen. Genotypes, HEV has single serotype, however 5 genotypes exist in nature which differ up to 25% in their RNA sequence. Only 4 genotypes have been detected in humans. Genotype 1 and 2 appears to be more virulent, and genotype 3 and 4 are more attenuated and account for subclinical infections. Coming to the clinical manifestations, incubation period is about 14 to 60 days, average is 40 days. Most of the patient present as self-limiting acute hepatitis lasting for several weeks followed by a complete recovery. Fulminant hepatitis may occur rarely in 1 to 2% of cases. Pregnant women who are particularly at high risk of developing fulminant hepatitis. There is no chronic infection or carrier state. Epidemiology. Zoonotic disease like monkeys, cats, pigs and dogs. In transmission, it is feco-orally transmitted via the sewage contamination of drinking water or food. Epidemics have been reported primarily from India, Asia, Africa and Central America. in those geographical areas. HEV is the most common cause of acute hepatitis in this zone. The first major epidemic of HEV was reported from New Delhi in 1995, where 30,000 people were affected due to the sewage contamination of city's drinking water supply following flood in Yamuna River. In India, HEV infection accounts for maximum 30 to 60% of cases of sporadic acute hepatitis. Though it resembles to HAV, the striking feature that it differentiates HEV from that of the HAV are secondary attack rate is rare in HEV compared to 10 to 20% in HAV. Age is young adult is 20 to 40 years of age. HEV RNA, in laboratory diagnosis, HEV RNA by reverse transcriptase PCR and HEV virions by electron microscopy can be detected in stool and serum even before the onset of clinical illness. Coming to the serum antibody detection by ELISA, so IgM anti-HEV appears in serum at the same time when the appearance of liver enzymes and indicates the acute infection. IgG anti-HEV replaces IgM in 2 to 4 weeks once the symptom resolves and the persists for years, and it indicates recovery or the past infection. Treatment and prevention, so no specific antiviral drugs are available. Supportive treatments are needed. In prevention, general measures for prevention and contamination of infection are the same described as for HAV. And in China has produced and the licensed first HAV vaccine, which is called as HEV 239, using recombinant proteins are available. However, it is not yet available globally. Thank you.